Here's a bit of an introduction to what this video is going to be about. Recently, I was talking to a few staff members slash developers from Desperado, and I've gathered some information about some kind of corruption, like general fuckery that's been going on within the dev community and within the overall staff team of Desperado, and it all revolves around Ant literally being a piece of shit to everyone involved. In this screenshot, I'm having a conversation with a former Desperado dev who was removed by Ant. And the real fucked up thing about this screenshot here is that he was removed only after doing an entire night's worth of hard work trying to get the game ready to be released that night. And only after the majority of the work was done was he removed from his position and all of his roles are taken away and his ability to edit the game in the studio was removed from him. The next bit of information I don't have screenshots for because the person who I got it from requested that their name be left out of all of this and that their screenshots, their DMs not be posted in this video, which I do understand. So you're just gonna have to take my word for this. If you don't want to believe it, you don't have to believe it. But I'm pretty sure you can trust this considering the person I got it from is a very reliable source for information about this topic. Now I'm just gonna be frank in saying this. From what I've gathered, Ant is a literal, complete fucking asshole. And the way I've gathered this is from the way he treats his staff members and the way he treats his developers and the way he treats everyone. Ant has been using his staff and developers as if they weren't even people, as if he didn't really care about any of them at all. Ant demanded that tons of work be done on 4 large cities, and that work included filling in a lot of buildings that previously did not have anything in them, like any NPCs or anything of the sort like that. He demanded that that work be done. And when the majority of that work was completed by the people that were asked to do it, their perms to edit the game on Studio, the Studio perms are just completely revoked. They lost all perms to edit, only after majority of the work had been done. Now, what makes this even more concerning for the general population, not even just the staff, the general population who are just waiting desperately to play this game, is that they've been lied to this entire time. Because all of this time, Ant was preaching about how his game was completed and all he was doing was bug fixing. When in reality, a majority of the towns and buildings had absolutely nothing in them, as stated before. So he was just lying to his community, saying that everything was done and they can expect the release as soon as they're done bug testing. But in reality, they're really developing a major part of the game. Another instance of Ant abusing and overworking his developers and his staff is a certain dev was working on Desperado for 10 hours straight, which is an insane amount of time. Even if you don't think that's a lot of time, considering just sitting at a desk all day for 10 hours, just like coding in a game and not really knowing what you're doing is getting you anywhere. Ant will scam devs for their money and work and then simply just remove them after the fact. A perfect example of this is Crank. He produced a swamp for Desperado, a swamp model or a map, I believe, something along those lines. And after the work was done and Crank was expecting payment for his job and his services, he was removed. Like he was literally removed. So Ant is just he's taking these people's hard work and he is just removing them after that. And there's nothing they can do about it. Like the devs are blindsided by it and nothing can be done about it. And he just gets away scot-free because nobody knows that any of this is happening. Ant is a corrupt person by nature itself. He only seems to care about his friends when his friends can provide something to him, when his friends have value to him in some way, as in, if his friends are unworthy to him or useless to him, like they don't provide him any services anymore, his friends may not be his friends the next day. And that's something that everyone like who knows Ant and everyone who is involved in what he does has to worry about on a daily basis. Now we're going to talk about the actual game itself and the actual fuckery that's going on with the real developing of the game. Ant, during his time as a developer for TNF, he copied and basically stole some of the scripts that TNF were using for his own game. And as much as I don't like TNF, that's fucked up regardless of what game you're in. because you're basically just betraying someone's trust. You're stealing what they've put their hard work into, and you're just using it for your own personal benefit without giving any kind of credit, without any of them knowing, basically. And overall, just being a fucking asshole to everyone who made those scripts in the first place. You're just not respecting any of the work, any of the hard work and time they put into making that. Ant has a plan for Desperado that many of you don't know about, and I recently just found out about. And his idea is he wants to publish a really shitty game to start, and then he expects his developers and his staff and everyone involved to be able to produce a much better game, a fresh, brand new game, not even like building off the old game, a fresh, brand new game, freshman version in less than a month or in a month, which is thoroughly impossible, first of all, and second of all, fucked up because he's expecting that all of his devs, after all of like what he's done to them, would still, for some reason, stay with him and listen to whatever the fuck he wants them to do, which is really fucked up because it shows how he's brainwashed everyone involved to like into thinking what they're doing is for some kind of great benefit to everyone, but in reality, it only benefits Ant, and everybody else is getting completely like ripped off from their time and is being lied to.